Hi there. How are you tonight? I'm just going to wait here for just a couple seconds to see who catches up to me. It's Wednesday night at 7, so we're about to go live. Well, we are live, but, you know. Alright, so let's see what's going on. Hold on. Get the computer set up. Well, I'm waiting to see who's on with me. Let's see. Alrighty. So hello, we're gonna get started. If you're just joining me, please comment. So if you don't know who I am, Johnny Daniel, Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator, serving you through the Morongo Basin, as well as the high desert, as well as Southern California, and just about everywhere virtually. So, let's see, what else? Just to let you know, I am having a local craft class drop-in on Friday to celebrate my birthday. We're going to be doing a cute box with some earrings in it for $5 if you want to come. Also, there is a promotion that will be happening. It's a personal promotion, not a corporate one, for my birthday from Friday through Monday. And the email will be going out on Friday morning, 6 a.m. So please check your email. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to be a part of it. It's going to be some really good deals. So let me put this back. If you don't know, it's the last 2 weeks of celebration. If you want free stuff, don't we all? Then you will need to order before the 31st. There is quite a bit that is sold out already because it's while supplies last. Excuse me. Sorry, it's windy and the weather's changing, so allergies have been kicking up today. Also, if you are thinking about wanting to get a discount with the new catalog coming out, you will want to sign up before the 31st because $99 sign up gets you $175 in product with an option to purchase a really great tote. Actually, I'm going to go get it. Hold on. So this tote carries a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of room inside. I've done an entire show with it. Hold on. Let me hang it back up. I've done an entire show with it, and it's a $50 value that you get for an additional $29. So that's also part of the bonus right now. So I would tell you, if your wish list is always about $100 long, it's a good reason to sign up. If it's not that long, it still could be, but definitely for the discount. That's why I began this whole journey. So, alright, so I'm going to turn you around. We're going to get to creating tonight. And, hold on. Literally. Alrighty. We're getting better at this, aren't we? Okay. So for tonight, we are going to be creating a partial card. And what I say by that, it's going to be a whole card, but what I mean by partial is that we're going to be using only part of the stamp, okay? That's what I mean by that. So we're going to be using Crackle Paint tonight, which is a background stamp, but like I said before, we're only going to be doing a little bit, okay? So there's that. And then, let's see. Know that a friend is thinking about you. I think that's what we need to say tonight. Okay. So, alrighty. So we've got all this happening. So I have got Old Olive Twine. I've got the frosted epoxy dots. I have some doilies. I have already cut out out of the Swirly Bird Thinlits. I've already cut out the, I call it the barbed wire nest. So, hi Jude, I see it. It's right below. Hey Kat, how are you? Long time no see. Hey Cheryl. So, I've already put the multi-purpose adhesive sheet on this and cut that out ahead of time. I've got some Whisper White cardstock here. And some tea, which is awesome because it's windy and cold out. Anyways, so Whisper White cardstock here, regular thickness, and then Whisper White thickness. God, that didn't sound good, did it? Oh well. All right, Old Olive, and then I've got the new punch that coordinates with the Part of My Story stamp set, and I've got the leaf punch here, and some Old Olive, as well as a sponge, and I think we're set to go. What do you think? I hope so. Okay, so for tonight, I'm going to be using part of a stamp, the crackle background, and then also it's going to be simple stamping, and we'll see what we get. How's that sound? Good? I hope so. All right, so let's get moving on this, huh? Shall we? Okay, so for this, because we have been focusing on simple stamping, at least corporately for Stampin' Up, okay? I don't know if you know this or not, but we have been, I promise. So with that being said, I am going to be sponging on my ink so I can control where it goes on this thing. If you want a sharper image, a brighter image, you will want to use a sponge dauber instead, okay? But for me, I just want it to barely show up. So, and then what I'm going to do is stamp this right on the base. We're not doing mats tonight. We're not doing anything crazy. I think I'm going to have it go this way. So one of the beauties of this, and we just got just barely on there. Do you see that? So this is our partial. I just wanted a little bit because I'm going to be doing some layers here. Okay? So I've got, let's leave that open. So I've got my pearlized doilies. And if you're joining me, please say hello. Hey Chris, how are you? I have finally figured out how I can put everything together and be able to see my phone still. So, life is better, right? Okay, so I'm going to put the pearlized side out. So I'm just creating some layers here, if you're wondering what I'm doing, okay? If you don't like the gummies, the adhesive coming out, you'll want to grab your multi-purpose adhesive, your glue, and instead just sponge it on there. But yeah, for me, I'm putting a lot of layers, so I'm not considering it, you know, a big problem. All right, so I'm going to just clean out my holes here, and then I'm going to peel this backing off, at least in theory. I did leave one edge where I didn't put the sticker, and the main reason for that is so I could find it. So I'm just building a whole bunch of texture, believe it or not. Okay, so I don't know where I want this, obviously, but we're just going to stick it on there and figure it out later. Okay, so we've got that going on, and then... and like I said, I'm just kind of making it happen, shall we say. Okay, so now I've got, know that today a friend is thinking of you. Yeah? I love thinking about people. I don't know about you, but as I'm driving down the road, I can actually, as I'm passing people's houses that I deliver to normally, I can say, "Oh, hi Linda, how are you?" as I pass by. So, all right, so I'm going to do that. But first, I also want to do some sprigs of some leaves. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab this, and yes, I'm doing all white on purpose because I don't want a whole lot of color. I am gonna sponge a tiny bit of color on here because I want a hint, but I don't want it to be the focal point of my card, if that makes sense to you guys. So, hi Pam, how are you, hun? So, I'm just grabbing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we're gonna grab here, see how that goes. Now, one thing to remember with these new ink pads, and I keep saying new because, you know, how long ago was that? You don't want to drag your paper across them because it will slice the ink pad. So if you want to grab your edges, like I'm doing here, you want to make sure to have a sponge or a dauber. Do not grab your cardstock and run that across unless you don't like your ink pad for very long. I mean, you can order more, but, you know, I would prefer to spend it on other stuff. I don't know about you. So, alrighty. So, and then I'm going to grab some Terran tape, actually, because I have found that is what holds down the twine the best for me. So, I'm just going to do a couple of these guys right here in the middle. And what this is going to do is allow me to do that swirly spin around thing. I don't know what it's called, but that's what we're going to do. I hope you understand. Well, you will in a minute because you'll see it. Maybe. If it's not cooperating with you, press it down, and the warmth of your fingers usually will make it go down into that cardstock, and you'll be fine. Okay? So I'm going to grab my Old Olive twine, and I'm just going to do, how much? Yeah, like 1.5 mats. So how much is that, you guys? 24 inches, 20 inches, something like that. Okay? And then I've cut a notch in the top so I can just throw it up there and be done. Okay? So what I'm going to do is just loosely kind of wrap it. Now, one thing, you kind of want to pull it and misshape it because you don't want it to look like you just wound it around your hand, right? Okay, so I'm going to grab here, and I don't like my ends coming out, so then I'm just going to stick it down. It's just that simple, right? At least I hope so, in theory, right? Okay, and then I'm grabbing my leaves and I'm throwing those down here too. Where's my other sticky? There it is. Okay, you just want to make sure that everything is stuck down in there really well. And then I'm grabbing some dimensionals for the top of here. Now that looks like a hot mess, doesn't it? But once you put the label over it, or the sentiment, it'll look a lot better. Kind of cleans up your act, shall we say. So, alrighty. Ooh, not upside down. Almost, huh? Okay. So we've got this going on here. And that is what I'm looking at. I probably want to do that background a tiny bit darker next time, but not for this time. And then I've got some frosted epoxy dots that I'm going to put here, there, and everywhere. And I've got my take your pick tool. Let's see if it's going to work tonight. These might be a little too big. Nope, worked just fine. Okay, so we're going to grab these. And remember odd numbers, right? So there's 3. I think I'm going to go for 5. I know a few people that I'm thinking about that like their bling. And this just happens to match that frosted pearlized doily. So that's kind of cool too. And let's see, where should we put it? Okay, so that's what I've got going on. But see how there's just a hint of that crackle? I'd probably want to do it a tiny bit darker, but Kind of a cool layering technique. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to grab my hand stamp by. There are a couple sets in the catalog that have the hand stamped. Ooh, glad I ordered some more of those lately. Huh. It seems to be starting to run out. So the hand stamped by is in the Crafting Forever, as well as I believe it's the Calligraphy Essentials stamp set. So anyways, alright, so this is our texture and how we can use portions of things and all kinds of different things. You can also, if you want, you can also like take a shape of a stamp and ink it and then stamp it on here, so that way you have the shape that you want. If you would prefer it like a circle or something like that, you can do it that way as well. So that's what I have. I wanted something a little neutral. Hey Lise, how are you? I wanted something a little bit neutral, a little bit masculine with a lot of texture and a lot of depth to it, I guess you would say. So, alright, well, that's what I have for tonight. Thank you for joining me. Follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week, if not before. Thank you. Bye-bye.